Hey, it's Des back for another video. So it's North London Derby time. I can't wait for that game. So let's get straight into it. So normally I don't usually judge individual games because at the end of the day, when you think about it, the league is a marathon, not a sprint. So you need to beat the majority of teams outside the top six. If you can win certain games or draw certain points against the top teams, then yeah, sure, of course, it's important to win the league. But at the moment, we're trying to get into the top form or trying to compete with the teams. So I feel like the other games are more important. So I don't put too much importance into specific games like that. But I feel like this game specifically is important because we need to legitimize ourselves. Because at the moment, Arsenal is being looked at as a team whereby we're beating the teams where we're supposed to be. Whilst Tottenham, for example, they're being looked at as they're not playing well, but they're getting points. And then when you look at the games against United that Arsenal played and the game against Chelsea that Tottenham played, that kind of proved the point that the media or the public are sort of putting out there, whereby they're saying that Arsenal are being the teams they're supposed to be, and when they face certain teams, they're going to drop points. Meanwhile, Tottenham, they were just lucky, as the Chelsea game showed, and they've been underperforming all season, and that performance against Chelsea was just luck. And long term, they're not going to be able to continue with that throughout the whole season. So this is why I feel like this game, whoever wins this game, legitimizes themselves. So let's take, for example, how Arsenal play and how we've been playing all season. We've been dominating games, controlling the games, pressing teams up the pitch, putting them under pressure in the final third, sustaining pressure, sustaining the ball in the final third, and creating multiple chances. We're one of the highest creating teams in the league, and we've been winning games, and we've been scoring so many goals, and we've been defensively really good as well. Meanwhile, Tottenham, what they've been doing this season is they're not really a team that's wanting to dominate the ball as much. They're willing to sit back, soak in the pressure, stay organized, and play with what they have, which is they've got a front three that can create chances by themselves. So they don't need the midfield. They can bypass the midfield as long as they stay defensively organized. And they understand that the majority of teams can't break down teams that are strong defensively. The majority of Premier League teams don't have the creativity to break down teams. So what they're doing is they stay deep, organized, and then play on the counter, because they know that if they have to play an end-to-end game against the majority of teams, they're going to win, because the majority of teams don't have Kane, Son, and Kulusevski. So they have more threats in that situation. So it benefits them to play like that. But obviously, they're being looked at as, oh, they're being dominated by this team, they're being dominated by this team. But that's not the case, because they keep on repeating it over and over again. Of course, the Chelsea game, as I mentioned already, showed that they were lucky in that game. And then for Arsenal, we've been doing this consistently, creating, dominating teams. Even the United game where we lost, we dominated that game as well. But because we lost the game, they're looking at it as, oh, when Arsenal play against the big teams, this is what's going to happen. So this is why I'm saying this game is important for both teams to legitimize themselves, so that the media can at least look at, okay, and say, all right then, they're able to do this, so they might actually be able to compete this season and start to give us some credit. Because I know that it's really hard and it's really difficult for the media to give us credit, because look at us, for example. We've been one of the best teams defensively for the past 2 years, and since Arteta's been here, but we get no credit for our defensive qualities. Look at Ben White, for example. He's not in there ahead of Eric Dyer or Conor Cody. Why? Because he plays for Arsenal, who they don't look at as a traditional good team that's good defensively, even though he's been performing really well the whole season. So this game is important for us just to sort of remove that stereotype that we have, so they can start looking at us as a team that can compete. We already have managers already saying that we can compete. Pep has already said we can compete, and the Brentford manager already said we can compete already. So, and the way we're playing looks like a team that's ready to compete. So we need to try and win this game just to get rid of that stereotype. Anyways, see you guys in the next video.